So the final trailer for Joker just dropped, and Joker is Warner Brothers trying to get the Oscar. It's them making something we haven't really seen before in that it's a comic book movie without being a comic book movie, as in it's inspired by comic book lore and mythology, but it is a completely original story about a completely original character. And that character is the mentally ill, troubled man that is Arthur Fleck, who will go on to become a new version of the Joker unlike anything we've ever seen before. Which I think is a great idea. It sounds very outside of the box, and I've spoken about this film before in previous videos. And as exciting of a prospect as this is, I have worried from previous trailers and previous material that this film would be more of a echo chamber moral mouthpiece. A guilt trip for the audience to say, look how bad society is, don't you feel bad for Arthur Fleck, this is why we can't have nice things. People are so awful, I can't stand it. It's something we get a lot in this day and age, is films and TV shows being used as mouthpieces, be it for morals, politics, and they always really oversimplify the issue whenever they go out of their way to do this. What one deems as political is political in of itself, and morals will always be a part of movies. But when you go out of your way to make a statement, it can just come off as preachy, it can just come off as shallow. It often undermines the subject at hand, and paints it in too broad a strokes. Just ask the CW about that. But it's safe to say that right now, as of this video, I am feeling reassured about the Joker film, and it's not like it looked exactly like what I was worried it was going to be in the previous trailer. I just ultimately didn't want this to be a sob story, you know? I don't need there to be a sob story attached to the Joker, because it's never going to work. This man is sadistic, he's malicious, he's evil, on top of being broken. I don't need to ask the question of who broke him. I like to indulge in the sinister aspects of this character, and that's a bit more of what this trailer does. You can still see that Arthur Fleck is a very unfairly treated individual. You can still see that this trailer is critical of society, critical of how we treat mental health, but we get a much darker side to the Joker in this trailer other than just, oh, he's treated so badly by society, don't you feel bad for him, this is all your fault, we can't have nice things because of this. We do see that there is something of an understandable reason as to why Arthur Fleck is sidelined, why he is treated in the way that he is. He's not a socially competent person in the first place. And we definitely get more of that in this trailer than we did in the previous. There is definitely still that aspect of mental health there, but it kind of has more of a feeling of like, oh, you gotta be careful how you're treating people because you never know where they're at, as opposed to just crime is bad, like I got the impression of in the previous trailer. Going by this, Arthur Fleck is what many would call a creepy guy, a weirdo. He's a weird guy. He's crossing all kinds of social boundaries. And whether that is with any kind of malicious intent or not, is still things that aren't really done. Like playing with someone else's child while that person hasn't given you their consent to do so. There's a moment near the beginning of this trailer where Arthur Fleck is on a bus sitting behind a child and the child's mother. And he's interacting with his child, he's making goo-goo eyes, he's playing with the child. And the mother asks him to stop doing that. And you know what, I can understand both sides here. Like Arthur Fleck, as far as he's concerned, he's doing something nice for a young child. But as far as the mother is concerned, this guy could be anybody. I mean, when I get on a bus in my own hometown, I'm always looking over my shoulder because there's a lot of weird guys out there too. For all this mother knows, he could be a pervert. He could literally be a nonce. And I really appreciate that they are treating this matter for what it is, not some warped version of it like I was worried they would. In this trailer, we see a moment where Arthur Fleck has gone up and he's decided to do some stand-up comedy. And a clip of him doing stand-up comedy has made its way over to television on Robert De Niro's talk show, and he's making a joke about it, a joke at Arthur Fleck's expense. And this is something that very much does happen. You get news shows, you get pop culture shows reporting on other people publicly making fools of themselves. And this is one of a number of things that is going to push Arthur Fleck over the edge. And see, what I was worried about was that it would basically be society equals bad. What it is instead is be careful who you're interacting with in this world, where you're going. And the return message is be careful how you treat people that you don't know, because it could come back and bite you in the butt. And it looks like that's what this story's going to be. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the film. For all we know, this could all just be, all of this is the stuff that's in the trailer, and the actual film is an absolute heck show for all we know. But it looks promising, and I find it funny how it's like, you know, you look at the tags of the video, and it's like Oscar winner, best actor. Like, Warner Brothers really wanted to make this film win an Oscar. They really wanted to make this film good. Guys, that should be your intention with making every film that you make. You should be intending for them to be good. And it looks like we have an actual arc for him. We have an actual turnaround once he becomes the Joker. Is we see that Zazie Beetz, the girlfriend of Arthur Fleck in this film, is romantically involved with him in his Joker persona. She's very much supporting him in everything he does. He's got the backing of a lot of people that want the world to change in his own very warped way. And on the TV, the talk show host, played by Robert De Niro, is now hosting the Joker on his show. It kind of has this feel of like a rags to riches story in some regard, but in a suitably very twisted, very Joker-like way. And you can see that from the start the Joker is sick, not just because he goes to a psychiatrist, but because he's practicing his own laughter just in any normal circumstance. He cackles to himself for no reason. He's a very intense guy, like coming off the way he talks to his psychiatrist. He does cross social boundaries and isn't particularly respectful. And how Joaquin Phoenix just snaps from crazy clown, happy guy to just being Arthur Fleck again, being serious, being upset, being vengeful, feeling like the world owes him a favor. How he snaps from that cackling laughter to just serious straight face again. And then there's the bit, of course, where the talk show host, played by Robert De Niro, is talking about him. He sees his clip of him doing stand-up on the TV, and he's over the moon, he's overjoyed. But then when he hears what Robert De Niro has to say about it, suddenly snap back. Sad Arthur Fleck. And what's more disturbing is we see that once he embraces his inner psycho and takes a stand for himself, he suddenly gets people's respect. He has a following. And he's going out to make a change. He's striking back against Thomas Wayne, the mayor of Gotham City. He and his friends are striking back against the powers that be, but only once it's too late. Only once he's been pushed over the edge. Only once the final goal is destruction. When that's all that is left is what can be destroyed. Now that is relevant, disturbing, and, well, just kind of a little bit of a frightening view of things to come, potentially. And that's the thing, I don't have an issue with cautionary tales. What I don't want is a mouthpiece, where the film just tells you, this is definitely bad, without properly debating it within itself. I don't just want to be there to say, oh, well, I learned that society equals bad. I want to be there to say, well, the Joker's got a point, but at the same time, this is not okay. I mean, the film is about the Joker, who is a dangerous criminal sociopath, completely sadistic. Maybe I should never have assumed that based on that first trailer, he would be a sympathetic figure throughout the entire film. But if this here is what they're going for, and it's going to be more of a haunting thing, that's fine. I want to be haunted. I want to be afraid. I want to be afraid of myself. I want to be afraid of the powers that be. I want to be afraid of the world while watching this film. I like how the downfall of this character is also the uprising of this character. So we're definitely getting more of a sense of how sinister and sadistic the Joker will go on to become. I can't wait to see if he is as sadistic as I'm hoping he's going to be, because right now we see he's causing a lot of trouble. He's dancing around. He's just being himself and letting his inner psycho shine. But is he gonna hurt people? Is he gonna kill people? Is he gonna treat innocent people like his playthings, like we know the Joker always does? I think I can bet on that. I mean, this trailer isn't R-rated, it's not a red band trailer, and I guess they're not trying to give too much away, and that's another thing I commend, is this is only the second trailer for this film, but they're calling it the final trailer. So this is clearly not something to sell toys and everything. This isn't like a Sony Pictures superhero movie where they release literally 100 different trailers. And it looks like what we're getting is very dark, very scary, and I really like the cinematography of it as well. It's kind of colorful, but at the same time bleak as well. And I really like that. It kind of gives us a little insight as to this 70s sort of world that the Joker lives in, while at the same time having that sort of darkness around it. It kind of feels like a colorful world that's always got a storm cloud over it permanently, and I feel like that's reflectant of what Arthur Fleck is in this film. I'm looking forward to Robert De Niro's character as well in this. I mean, it's a film with Robert De Niro in it. I trust it will be good. I mean, I'm not right every single time about that, of course. There is Meet the Parents, but this looks legitimately like a really, really good film. And I think the constant Oscar baiting is a little pretentious, and the only thing I really have to back that up is the tags of Warner Brothers' own uploaded trailer for this is in the tags. It literally says, hang on, it says Joker, Joker movie, DC, Warner Brothers, WB, Joaquin Phoenix, Joker trailer, Joker official trailer, Robert De Niro, Gotham, Batman, Bruce Wayne, DC Extended Universe, Todd Phillips, Warner Brothers Picture, and then at the bottom, Oscar and Best Actor. Guys, like, you're making this with the assumption that you're definitely gonna get an Oscar for this. You should strive to make good films every time. This is just so pretentious. But that's not the film's fault. That's not on the film. That's just on Warner Brothers' handling of this film's existence. It's just kind of... it's pretty comedic to me. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my friend Noah Parker. He's on Twitter as at Noah2888. He's a great guy, and he's been looking after my Discord server while I've been in the midst of a lot of business to be dealing with regarding home, etc. It's not something I'm going to go too far into, but he's a great guy, he's very talented, and I just really want to say a big thank you to him. Link to his Twitter is in the description below. Guys, what do you think of the Joker trailer? Comment below and discuss, and as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like button, and in the description below are links to my Patreon and my Discord. Channel Pup has been growing more than I could ever have anticipated over this very short space of time, and I'm absolutely honored to see so many viewers participating in discussions and really enjoying my little projects here. But it's not without its obstacles. I'm currently a student studying film and television, and if I want to afford the general costs that come with living, unfortunately YouTube revenue just can't always cut that cheese. I recently moved in with my girlfriend's family, but this is not a permanent thing, it's just for the summer. And last year I've done the whole act of balancing YouTube, balancing a job, and balancing university, and trust me, the content suffers every single time. So to support this channel to maintain the same quality of content and upload schedule, and to just keep making the stuff you guys really seem to be enjoying, I really do urge you to check out my Patreon link in the description below. And in return, you can get early access previews to the special Channel Pup events such as Marvelous Tales of Spider-Man Episode 2, as well as my upcoming Patreon exclusive playlist, Pup's Project Room, which is all unlockable with a pledge of just $1 or more. Now, the world's a tricky place. Not everybody is made of money, and that's fine. Just please be here for my videos. Please don't stop coming back to join me on these discussions, because it means so much to me, guys, really. Well, I guess I best be hitting the old dusty trail. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I've been Channel Pup, and I'll think of a better catchphrase next time. Now please leave me alone!